How about that fish?
How about that? That's a good boy, man. He don't know he's hooked yet. That's what I like about them things. They don't get crazy till they get out here beside the boat.
You know, and speaking of boat, how about your first experience in your brand spanking new G3?
Buddy, I tell you what, I am so pleased. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. It's been a long time coming, but it's here now, and I'm just tickled to death with it.
You know, for what you do, Bill, down here guiding on these rivers and stuff, you couldn't have a better boat for that, could you?
No, you can't, and it's wide, it's stable, and as big as I am, I can stand on the side of it, it won't rock. And that's what makes you want to come back to get more of these things right there. Isn't that nice?
That's beautiful. I love them.
Yeah.
I lost him.
Give me my fish.
He fell off.
That thing pulled twice as hard as a silver.
Look at this catfish.
Oh, you got to catch that.
Nice fish. Thank you, fish. That's what I'm talking about. Get you some of that.
The G3 Sportsman is presented by Yamaha, when you want the best.
I guess that really the most fun I get out of this job is meeting the different types of people that we meet along the way on our journey. You know, we've met some very fun characters, some interesting guys, and today is certainly no different. We got to hook up with Bill Fondren, who owns the Tejas Guide Service over on Sam Rayburn Lake. And Sam was just itching to get his new G3. He had him a little 1860 center console coming in, and he couldn't wait. His guide season for white bass was upon him, and he wanted that boat to do his guiding out of. So he contacted us. He said, boys, if y'all get this boat down here, I'll put you on more white bass than you've ever caught. Well, we like those kind of guarantees. In this business right here, if you got somebody that'll actually put you on fish, well, we're there. So we did. We got it there, and we got it all set up, and he was just as tickled as he could be. And so we headed up to the Sabine River, which is about 60 miles north of Sam Rayburn Lake. Now, this old river didn't look like much. I mean, this dude was just as muddy as all get out. It looked like a miniature version of the Mississippi River. And I thought, what kind of goat roping are we fixing to get in on this thing right here? And he said, don't worry about it. I'm telling you, this place is plumb full of white bass. So I was tickled to get to go on his maiden voyage in his new boat, and we kind of wound around the river, and he was showing me all the contours and all the sandbars and all, and we finally got set up and got to making a few casts, and before long, we got to catching some white bass, just like he guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm gonna ease you down just a little bit. I had an old lawyer in here the other day.
There's one. Right there. That should be a white, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
I think that one right there is going to be one of them yellow ones, I don't believe. That is a white.
That's a nice white.
That be a white right there. Coming up out of the muddy water. Oh, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's all right.
Yeah, she's still, she ain't spawned out.
No, they're not spawned out yet. Pretty eggy.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty. They look just like they do in Missouri, Bill. You know?
Well, that's a small one there.
Yeah. Well, I started to say they look just like a white in Missouri, except they're small, except it's smaller. But I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
You ain't right.
You ain't right. I caught that on this white.
White Roadrunner.
White Roadrunner. Beep beep.
They're not taking it.
Can you see the buzzards up there? Unbelievable. I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but when you got this many buzzards circling you. If I just had any help at all, Bill.
I know it.
Any.
We'd have 17 or 18. Wouldn't. I'd appreciate you get them bigger myself.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm shaking off all these fish so you can catch some, and now I'm just accidentally hooking.
I don't believe I got to listen to that. I guess one of my better days was when they delivered my new boat here. I've got a new G3 center console, and I'm just pleased to death with it. The guys that delivered it have been just great. White bass running this time of year. On a good day, you'll catch one every cast. On an average day, you'll catch one every other cast, and some days you won't catch none. But that's just the way fishing is.
Big Mama here gonna get me down on my knees again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I love to catch white bass. I mean, anywhere, anytime. I love to catch them. Unbelievable fun. I tell you what, this is just as fun as it gets, isn't it, Bill?
It is.
I mean,
really is.
You come out, it's a nice day in a new body of water for me, and to just catch fish as fast as we're catching them right now, well, I tell you what, I love it. It's worth it to come down here. I mean, the fishing in Texas is amazing anyway.
It really is. And we have people come from all over. All over the United States, of course, we get a lot of help from people like you and in the broadcasting industry and the magazines and stuff. And we have people from up north that come down quite a bit and fish with us. Not only just for the white bass, but for the crappie and also the black bass. We have a largemouth bass heaven down here, and it's just a place to be. We don't have a real bad winter. And we have some excellent facilities on around the lakes to fish. You can always find a guide. And
You got him?
I got him.
Oh.
And
I was gonna start.
I may not got him. He may got me.
I was gonna start talking bad about you if you didn't hang another one. Bragging on that 2,000 fish rod there.
Look at this one.
That's a good one. Well, when you do catch one, you get a good one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can see them down there.
Is that what?
Yeah, I pick out the one I want.
You pick? Are you sight fishing
I'm sight fishing
in this muddy water? Boy, you got.
Well, that's a nice one there.
That is. I mean, that's a chunk.
Pretty. That's a chunk there.
That is a chunk. I mean, that's a good one.
You're dirty on that side. That is nice. I'd like to have some more of those. Nice fish today. That's a good one.
Man, I tell you what, that one right there is stretching that Cajun red now. Look at it, it's pulling the back end of the boat. Man, that dude right there is strong.
A good one. That's a nice one there.
That is a nice one, isn't it? That one got me down on my knees.
Dragging the boat around out in this running water.
Got me down on my knees now. That's the first one that's got. Well, so much for that release. That's a good one though.
He whacked it, didn't
Yeah, that was a good one out here.
he? In this business, you get to meet a lot of people. We have people from all walks of life come to fish with us. We've had some very famous people here. We've had Mark Chestnut, we've had Tracy Bird, we've had Steve Elkington. We've had the governor of Texas at one time, Miss Ann Richards. We've had big-time lawyers like Walter Humphrey. We've had even Scott Turnage here. That's my friend. That's one of old mama's there.
That's the size we're looking for, isn't it,
You
Bill?
bet you. That's that and a little bigger.
I mean, that's a good one anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's a nice fish just anywhere you go. She's
That
ready
is.
to spawn.
They're good and healthy, ain't they?
Oh yeah.
That mud, this old muddy water gets them real white, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know, as it clears up, the stripes will get more defined. And that old gill plate right there,
It'll wear you out, won't
ooh, it'll get you. But she hit that real easy.
it? Man, Bill, I think this can turn the boat all the way around.
I think it's turning it. Sure that's fish?
Am I sure it's a fish? Yeah, it's definitely a fish.
Way to pull him.
It is definitely a fish, and also the fish that we're after.
You betcha.
That may have to get me down on my knees. Usually I pull up a old white bass like that and they'll jump just about the time I pull them up and they'll break my line.
Yeah, or cut you.
That's some good sized whites though.
That's a nice fish.
Yep. I ain't got no problems catching them. Just
None at all.
no problems at all. I just need about maybe 125 more of them. Is that something that you can handle?
I can handle that. And we're throwing them back. I ain't got to clean them and I don't have no counter today, so I'm proud of you.
I'll back in here and see if I can't get another one out of that hole there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get around this boat here.
Oh, he absolutely thumped that one though. I mean, there wasn't
No doubt about that.
There wasn't no doubt about that. Boy, that one right there is getting plumb ornery. I mean, tell you. Boy, I mean, thumped it now. Thumped it.
It's a good one there.
Boy, that one's long. If
Nice
that one was as fat as some of them, as long as that one is, that'd sure enough be a good one. I'll make it look real big. But I'll tell you what, some of these you ain't got to throw up there close to camera. I mean, they're
No,
good
they-
ones. You think
They're
that?
awful nice ones.
Do you think that one's already spawned out, or you think that may be
No,
a
that's
male?
a male.
Is it a male?
Yeah, that's a
That's a
male.
good sized male, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
I'll tell you what, you want to talk about something that's powerful. That right there is what makes these fish fight, is that tail. When you hook one of them whites, I mean, you can just feel that tail just getting it. I mean, they fight with all they've got. If these things were like a dinosaur, they'd be a velociraptor, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, they'd eat people.
Them things are unbelievable. It's probably a good thing that a white bass don't get, you know, over 5 pounds. Can you imagine trying to get in a, well, I guess if they's over 5 pounds, they'd be called a hybrid.
Yeah.
Because they get ornery.
Them old hybrids is one to get
Oh, there's
really.
another one right there.
Boy, you're doing something right. I don't know what it is.
I just spit on my bait.
Did you? Well, spit on mine, would you?
I just spit on my bait. That's all I did. You just got me on the right spot.
I guess, because I can't. You catch them all and I'm not.
It's just a good guide is what it is.
Good fish there.
It's just, that's what a good guide does though, isn't it, Bill?
Evidently.
You're supposed to put me on fish.
I'm off the rhythm today for
I
some
mean, think
reason.
about it, you know.
Well,
I'm from southwest Missouri and coming
Yeah.
all the way down here to East Texas. I mean, you would think that a nicer fellow like you'd put me on fish.
well, you certainly own them. That's all I know to say.
That- Well, I'm gonna just keep doing it.
Just keep catching
They're
them.
starting to bite, so I'm gonna
I can't catch one. I can sure watch you though. You're doing a good job.
I'm gonna oblige it. Well, it's probably tough for you to shake off all them fish that you're doing just so I can catch them.
Well, it's not that tough. I can tell you that right now. But I'll catch this one.
There you go.
Since you mentioned it, I thought I might ought to try to catch one. Pretty bad boy right there in on self. Well, you're not gonna believe this, but that Intrepid rod right there has probably caught 2,000 of these things.
Is that right?
That's
a lot.
That rod is 4 years old, and
Well, that's 500 white bass a year then.
yeah, and it's probably done that real easy up here, because
Yeah.
when they're really moving, well,
There he is right there.
good fish.
He come on out here a little bit farther, Bill.
Yeah,
I was about ready to start reeling this one in,
he's coming up the side of the sandbar.
and he must have followed this one.
That's a pretty big old gal.
It wasn't
there.
as good as that last one you caught, but
You know what makes the guide trip that you're on memorable is actually the guide. Someone like Bill Fondren can be in the boat with you, and there's times you don't even know if you're even catching fish. You just that's just secondary. Just listen to his stories and all that he's chit-chatting about and everything. That's what makes it fun. That's why you want to hire a guide, is to not only to help you find fish or put you on fish, but to make your fishing experience in this body of water that you're at, memorable. And boy, I've got a new friend now, and I can't thank him enough for his hospitality and his generosity. I tell you, he put us up, and we just had a marvelous time down there in East Texas, and I can't wait to get back down there. I know I'm going to hook up with him. You're going to see him again on some future shows. We'll probably be doing some crappie fishing or bass fishing, and I'm really looking forward to getting back down towards the Sam Rayburn Lake area in East Texas. It's a great fishery. It's a wonderful place to go. Everybody down there is just as nice as they can be, and I just can't wait to get back down there. It was a lot of fun.
If you want to have a good time, a good adventure, kick back, sit around in the sun, come to Texas. Come to East Texas. Here around Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend area. We have doggone big old catfish. We have some of the best crappie guides. We have the #2 bass lake in the whole country. It's just a wonderful place to be. The sun shines, and here at Tejas Guide Service, where I'm at, you're going to have a good time. I'll see to that one way or the other. I'll be the entertainment director.
how about that?
Oh, yeah, I could catch one.
Now, boy, I tell you, I am so glad.
You're at it now, buddy. We'll fish, we'll laugh, and we'll make fun of one another. We'll just have a good time. Come on down and see us here in East Texas. We'll have a good time.
But I'll see what I can pull in. He ain't a bad one. Man, that current
Boy,
That
believe that's
current-
gonna whip you.
is tough, and I don't know, this fish is about to whip me. Tell you what, that's a good one.
That is a nice
That's a good one right there. That's a good one to end the day on. I tell you what, coming down here, this is my first trip to East Texas, and bringing that new G3 down here to Mr. Bill and getting to experience his maiden voyage right there. I tell you what, I couldn't have had a better time for my first trip down here, and catching these white bass is one of the most favorite things I can do. Bill, I appreciate you bringing me out here on the Sabine River for my first trip.
Well, we've enjoyed having you, and I appreciate you bringing me this boat. This is probably gonna change my whole season. I don't believe I've had anything like this in a long time.
Well, I'll tell you, I hope you have a lot of good days in it, and I really appreciate the time I spent with you. I tell you, I had a good time down here.
Good, I appreciate it.
I
Thank
just
you.
enjoyed the warmer weather. It got me out of the house. But I'm about ready for a Snicker bar and a Dr. Pepper though. Ain't you?
I can go for that myself.
Hang on, I ain't done yet now. Just cause that one got off don't mean I still ain't gonna catch it. Let me give you mine. You need mine.
We'll discuss that later.
What kind of hog is that?
That's a tiny wood rooter.
A who?
I really have enjoyed them, the whole crew. Even Scott, he's the host of this thing, but he's all right. He'll do for a country boy.